Good morning. We are... How should we start this?
I don't know.
It's Sunday, and that means it's our day off. And so we are going to work on our home back patio, which has become quite the neglected space.
It has. We've had it pretty nice in the past. Like probably the first year that we were in this house was the best that we did because we didn't have as many garden spaces developed. So a lot of plants went onto that patio, and it's also closest to our house. So it's the first thing that when you're looking out the window, that's the space that connects the indoor space with the garden space outside. So
yep.
We've always wished that we had a nice kind of like sort of between indoor outdoor kind of comfortable living space that had plants in it, but also lots of creature comforts.
We have a bunch of pots on the patio, which are mostly weeds at this point. So we want to look at Fred Meyer's offerings of just sort of like instant gratification potting plants. What kind of plants do you want to find?
Well, what's worked in the past really well out there, and what we did when we first moved in was we made large pot displays. The dominant feature of which was coleus. Coleus is this big, and by the end of the summer, depending on the variety, it'll be like 36 inches by 36 inches.
So coleus. Let's look for coleus.
I don't even know if they'll have it this time of year, but
usually we would get a bunch of coleus at Fessler's, but we did not this year because at that time we were not thinking in terms of pots at all.
Well, yeah, and I also there's been for my plant purchasing, there's been a shift away from just buying plants that we like the looks of to buying something that I can legally propagate and sell.
Right.
The other thing that we've used in the past is much bigger foliage plants like colocaceas and alocasias. I mean, trailing lobelia would be great.
Which we didn't grow this year.
We didn't grow them this year. I grabbed a ageratum, which I'm very proud of. I didn't have great success growing ageratums, not enough to really sell them at the nursery, but I have a nice, beautiful plant that we can enjoy for ourselves.
We also grabbed some varieties of carnations. Is that what those are?
Yeah.
What's the proper?
Dianthus. Yeah, these are fringed pinks. Dianthus superbus. All right, well, let's draw the diagram.
Okay, Ken's going to draw a diagram. It's a pretty big patio, and it has 2 levels. So as you exit the sliding door, you're on the higher level, and there's a little step down to a very large lower level. And there's a brick wall up on the top level, on the higher level of the patio. Well, I think we've got enough to get us started.
Yeah, let's go to Fred Meyer.
Let's go to Fred Meyer.
We actually had an enormous beautyberry overhanging the upper level of the patio, which Ken cut away and then turned into tens and tens of little cuttings for propagating additional beautyberries. So what do we have in these two pots?
Well, up above, there's a flowering maple and a butylin. This is a plant that we bought as part of a splurge at the Huey Water Gardens, which is one of my favorite nurseries up in the Portland area. Down below, we've got, I guess the pillar in this pot is an irisine. I believe you can overwinter these as houseplants. And we have two dianthus in here. These are Dianthus superbus. These are actually perennials. We've got a pretty good stock of these at the nursery, and they're always fringed, but they come in all kinds of different colors, from white to red and pinks, and different striations in between. This is a begonia that we already have in the garden and have overwintered for a couple of years now. This pot has two coleuses in it, which is the sort of the flagship plant that we've used in pots before. There's also a polka dot plant, which I know nothing about except that they have leaves that have polka dots on them. There's another impatiens in this pot, and this is, I think, my favorite of the three impatiens that we bought. The sort of bicolor leaves, that bright yellow and fringed with green, and the flower color is really strong. It's like a really hot magenta. This is another pot with coleus and some kind of spillers, a couple of trailing lobelias, and then there's a There's a trailer in here that's a Lizomachia. That's as much as I know about this plant. It has yellow flowers on it. It has a nice chocolate leaf. We have this palm tree. We decided that it would be good to enjoy it on the patio for this year. This is a Trachiocarpus fortunei, and Allison underplanted it with an impatiens and a coleus and a trailing lobelia.